What is your American dream?
I'm from the Philippines. My American dream is to have a job wherein I can help people to achieve their dreams, which is the most important thing for me.
I'm American. I was born in New York, and my American dream is to constantly learn and grow and use whatever God's given me to help as many people as I can.
I'm from Belgium, and my American dream is to bring laughter and joy into people's lives through comedy.
My family background is West Indian with roots in Curacao, Guyana, and Puerto Rico. My American dream is to live in a country where everybody loves and respects one another.
My background is Irish and African American. My American dream would be to make enough to live a happy and fulfilling life.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Well, Spar and Bernstein has been nothing but great to me throughout my trials. I mean, it's 5 years into this car accident, and they never gave up on me, never. And in everything, they fought for me, and I am so proud to tell everyone, don't even wink for a moment. It's you, Spar and Bernstein. My lawyer here, Mr. Barack, has been a cage animal. He wanted to go on trial, but thank God we settled out of court, and it was something that I'm very, very happy about. So everyone, I'm telling you, I'm not just making stories up. You have to use this law firm. Spar and Bernstein is the best, worldwide best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The outcome of your divorce could affect you for the rest of your life. If you don't have the right attorney, you could literally be paid through the nose forever.
That's right, Brad. For example, did you know that half the money you put into your retirement during your marriage is up for grabs in your divorce? So a disagreement as to when your marriage exactly ended could cost you thousands of dollars from your hard-earned retirement fund. And let's say you bought a house together. Factors like who's paying the bills, who paid the down payment, and whether you're receiving rental income can all affect your settlement in huge ways.
If you're having family law issues, if you're having matrimonial issues, you need attorneys who are going to fight hard for you. Call the matrimonial department, the family law department here at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein.
This is an attorney advertisement. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcomes.
All of us are done through Mr. Bernstein. It started from my mom right up to the siblings. So we are so grateful for Mr. Bernstein. The ins and outs takes us almost 3 years.
And now you're with your children?
Yes, I'm with them.
How does it feel to be with your kids now?
Oh, it's joyful, joyful. So I'm heading on to the next phase now. Thank you, Mr. Bernstein.
Okay. What is your American dream?
I was born in New York. My American dream is music, and DJing is the one thing that I love.
My family's from Puerto Rico. I was born and raised in the Bronx. My American dream is to achieve success and prosperity through my hard work.
I am from India. I do hope that each one of us realize our own humanity and start helping each other succeed. We are all humanity, and that's the least we should be able to do.
I am from Poland. My American dreams be close to my kids and my grandkids, be happy, enjoy daily life. My dreams are very humble.
I'm from Suriname, South America. My American dream is to take advantage of opportunities to excel at my talents.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Oh, hi there. What happened on yesterday's episode of the Brad and Squeeze show? We had some crazy calls. Marie said she found out she had been charged with welfare fraud by reading about it in a newspaper. And Millicent wanted to know what to do with her boyfriend who had 10 drug charges. 10! And Noelle called to thank Brad for getting him his green card. Congratulations, Noelle. Nashra Balamgawala Skyped in for Pakistan to discuss her new board game Arranged and her hope to be able to return to the United States soon on an extraordinary abilities visa. What's going to happen today? Well, find out by watching. All right, I'm getting ready to go to court now with Paul Hirsch. Can someone please help me with this? Hello?
It's the first time I saw that. That was actually very funny. Welcome, everybody, to the Brad and Squeeze Show. This is Brad San Squeeze today, but I'm going to be with you for the next 2 hours answering your immigration questions. So give us a call right now at 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. You can also leave your questions on Facebook Live. If you leave your questions on Facebook Live, Belgium Kim, our social media guru, is going to be here very shortly to help ask your questions, and I will be answering it live for you in probably another 15, 20 minutes or so. But if you call right now, we will speak to you live at 1-800-529-5465. And please, everybody, please share this, okay? I just saw Vikisha Taylor needs 400. I don't know. Why does Vikisha Taylor need 400 views to get a free telephone? I'm not exactly sure what's going on here on Facebook, but there's something going on with Vikisha and Tamika, but I would love to see 400 views all at once. So please share this with your friends, share this with your family, put it on someone's timeline, put it on your timeline, or share it into a group that you may be a member of that you may think that would require some legal help or a laugh or some immigration help or a laugh or some has an immigration issue or a laugh or whatever they need to do. Call right now, 1-800-529-5465. I do know we have some sort of graphic to show people how to share. I don't know why we need to do this. I would assume people know how to share, but let's watch the graphic anyway. So this is how you share. You take out your phone, you press a button, you do this, you do that, whatever it requires, and then you write, hey, this is a great show. You can get your legal questions asked, you can get your immigration questions asked, whatever it is you want to write there, and please share this, and please watch, and please comment as well. Telephone number to call, 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. There are so many people here who have already said hello. Your phone credit is bad. Okay, now I understand, Vikisha. 1-800-529-5465. And Deborah Gale needs a phone too. Why is everybody getting free telephones if we hit 400? I'm not exactly sure how this all started, but hopefully Belgium Kim can fill me in since I'm sitting here by myself right now. 1-800-529-5465. Quickly, let's go through the news. We already have some people on hold, but let's go through the news very, very quickly here. I'm sure people saw that the Senate already came to a budget deal, and nothing for, there's Paul Ryan with his frowny face, and nothing for Dreamers, nothing for DACA. And the Democrats caved again, gave absolutely nothing for immigration. But Nancy Pelosi, who is the great grandstander of all time, she's also the head of the Democratic minority in the House of Representatives. She spent 8 hours in front of television cameras talking about why we need DACA. Listen. I think I'm a Democrat over a Republican, but I'm also a person who, sees it as he sees it, okay? And I will criticize Democrats and I'll criticize Republicans, and this is not a show for politics. But come on, Nancy. Instead of sitting there in front of the cameras grandstanding, instead of just trying to make a media circus out of this, go to the White House, go knock on the door, and go make a deal. Tired of listening about these Dreamers already. They need help. It's going to be ending on March 7th. Sitting in front of the cameras only helps one person, Nancy Pelosi. You got to sit without cameras in a closed meeting and make a deal. That's when I think politics will happen. Until then, it's all a bunch of BS. Annoyed with it. Meanwhile, in other news, this may be out of order, Jill, but this is the order I got it right now. In Scotland, we have a video. I believe we have a video of just pictures. There was a farmer by the name of Bruce Grubb, and he called the police in Scotland. He said, "Oh my God, there's a tiger in my backyard!" And the SWAT teams came, and they had the BBC come, and they had helicopters circling the guy's farm. Turns out it was a stuffed animal. But it was after 45 minutes, the guy really believed there was a tiger. They had the police come out. I wish we had a video of it. But it turned out, in fact, it was just a stuffed animal. Meanwhile, we had our lobster dinner here at Spar and Bernstein, and we just saw, right before our show started, we just saw that Senator Angus King of Maine, I don't know who he is, first time I've ever heard of him, but he's a senator in the United States. I don't know every senator. This is him. Okay, nice to meet you, Angus. And apparently his claim to fame, okay, this is the most important thing he's done so far, is that he has ridden the Unicode Consortium to add a lobster emoji. Why this is important? Because we always have lobster here. Everyone loves lobster here at the Brad and Squeeze show before we start the show. So they have agreed to make a emoji lobster. We are all looking forward to it. We don't know what the emoji lobster will look like, but we believe it will look something, the emoji lobster will look something like this. I don't know. Yep, something similar to that is what the emoji lobster will look like. Olympics start tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Olympics start tonight. And apparently everybody showed up to the Winter Olympics and they're all shocked that it's really freaking cold there. Shock, it's the Winter Olympics. They ski, they ice skate. Of course it's freaking cold. I was watching the news before. Everyone's going, it's really cold here. Of course it is. It's the Winter Olympics. If this was the Summer Olympics, it'd be something different. Then it would be news. So meanwhile, what was interesting, I don't know what this has to do with the Brad and Squeeze show, but what was interesting is the North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un's sister, Kim Yo-young. Is that her name? Kim Jong-un and then Kim Yo-young. She came, first time that a leader from North Korea has stepped foot in South Korea in 3 decades. Finally, before we go, and please share this, we're going to get to everybody's immigration questions very shortly. This would not be complete without a review of the Super Bowl. The Eagles won. There was a parade in downtown Philadelphia. People were going absolutely crazy. We have some hilarious footage here posted on Twitter of 2 Eagles fans creating a makeshift beer dispensary and pouring it down someone's throat from a couple of floors up. Do we have that video? We do not have that video. Okay. Bud Light also announced on Monday that they were giving away free beer. They gave free beer to everybody in this crowd. Everybody was drunk. Nobody knew where to pee. They were peeing everywhere. I'm sure lots of people got arrested for public urination. People were hanging from the street signs. The place was mobbed. It was absolutely crazy. With that said, there were some pictures that were put up on Twitter. Do we have the Twitter pictures here? We have the Twitter. Here it is. After Facebook user Neil Davis took an amazing picture of 2 fans reaching for one another in celebration of the Eagles' win. This is actually a cool picture. His mom took it one step further and compared it to Michelangelo's iconic Sistine Chapel. So there it is. You have some topless guy looking to touch some, white bearded guy, and kind of looks like Sistine Chapel. Maybe. And then that followed all the copycat pictures. Now all the copycat pictures. There was a guy who said it looked like Benjamin Franklin drawing electricity. There was something with Sergei Einstein, October, still from the classic movie. I don't even know what that is. What was that? Let me see that picture. That's up there? Okay, maybe. Okay, and finally, the tight end, Rob Gronkowski, he came back from the Super Bowl. He was the tight end. He was on the Patriots. He came back from the Super Bowl. He lost, and he came back to New England. I guess that's where he lives, to find his house was robbed. We have the 911 tape of Rob Gronkowski calling 911. I just lost the Super Bowl, and now my house was robbed.
Here's your emergency. Hello, this is an emergency. This is Rob Gronkowski calling, and while I was gone, my whole house got robbed while on the Super Bowl trip, and I just got back.
Yep, while he was on the while I played in the Super Bowl. Apparently the police have come now and investigated, and they have a photograph
They have a photograph of somebody that they believe is a person of interest. And we said, yep, there he is, a person of interest in the Rob Gronkowski house robbery. He was truly robbed. We don't believe the mascot from the Eagles actually robbed him, but we believe that maybe he should be questioned. All right, with that said, we're ready to go to immigration. Call 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. We have Barry in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Barry.
Yeah, hi, Mr. Brad.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I spoke to you 2 weeks ago. And,
about what?
They approved my statute adjustment statute.
They approved your adjustment of status, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good news. Congratulations.
Thank you. What is the next now? How long is it going to take to mail the green card?
Well, how do you got a letter in the mail saying your adjustment of status was approved?
Yes.
Okay, so you should. Okay, if you got it, the green card should follow within 8 weeks of that.
How many weeks?
Within 8 weeks or less, the green card should follow.
8 weeks or less?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Best of luck. If you don't get it in 8 weeks or less, give me a call. We'll follow up for you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. 1-800-529-5465. That's the number to call to get on our show right now. 1-800-529-5465. If you have an immigration question, call us right now. We will be answering it, or I will be. Oh, I like that. I should be looking here now. 1-800-529-5465. Right, squared right in the middle of New York City. And it looks like the Empire State Building is coming right out of my head. 1-800-529-5465 is the number to call. Let's go to Jeanette in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Jeanette, what's up? Jeanette. Hi. Oh, wait, I think she was there. Jeanette, you there?
Yes, I am.
How are you, Jeanette?
I'm good, thank you.
What's going on?
All right, here's my question. I'll try to be brief.
Yes.
I've filed for my 10-year green card, and I got a 1-year extension.
Right.
I had no problems. I didn't send back for anything. And I have a son. He's 7 years old, and he already has a 2-year. But coming April, I'll have to file again for his 10-year green card.
Right.
Now, myself and my spouse, we filed separately in 2016. This is for taxes. And we filed jointly in 2017. Now, this year I was thinking of filing separately again because do you have a
2-year green card, a 10-year green card? What do you got?
Currently, I have a 1-year extension for the 10-year green card.
Okay, so this is the deal. Okay, I understand your husband owes money, and that could be problematic. Okay, and you don't want to be involved in owing his money because that may not be fair to you. But guess what? That's what marriage is about. Okay, marriage, at least as far as the Immigration Service is concerned, is about people joining economically and sharing in the debts of the marriage as well as sharing in the proceeds of the marriage. Proceeds meaning money you earn. So if you're not filing a joint tax return, they're going to start questioning very, very seriously the validity of your marriage because you're not willing to share in the debts of the marriage. Now, I will say this. I would suggest that you file a joint tax return. I would also suggest you stay on hold for 2 reasons. One, you may want us to help you with your immigration case. But 2, you may want to speak to Carmela, who is our tax attorney. If there's a huge tax, this is why we have tax attorneys here at Spar and Bernstein. Okay, it actually makes sense. Sometimes people are filing taxes jointly, and all of a sudden there's a big tax bill owed, and they can't afford to pay it. This is why Carmela comes in. She negotiates with the IRS to reduce your tax bills. But at the same time, you don't want to try to run away from that tax bill because now it's going to cause you an immigration problem. All right, so hold on 1 second, and maybe what?
Before you transfer me, Brad, I have another question.
What is your other question?
This is for a friend. He is in an abusive relationship with his wife.
Right.
I saw him this week. He came to my house. He was bleeding.
He was bleeding?
Yes.
How was he? What happened?
She attacked him, scratched him in his face.
How did she attack him? What'd she do?
She used like a vase, like those things you store flowers in. Like
a vase? She hit him with a glass vase?
Yeah.
And I hope he called the police on her.
That's the thing. He didn't know.
Why?
he has already put his papers in for
You shouldn't
his
live like
green
that.
card.
You shouldn't live like that.
Right,
That's crazy.
which is what I've been telling him.
That's crazy.
No, I've been telling him that he needs to go to the police station. Does he just go there and tell them that he wants to file a report?
Absolutely. He should go there and say, I want to file a report of domestic violence. My wife hit me over the head with a vase. Did he go to the doctor?
No, he hasn't been to the doctor.
Okay, so he needs to go to a doctor and get checked out. He needs to go make a police report. I hope he took pictures of this. You saw it as well. I mean, unless you want to live in a marriage where you're going to get, pummeled, literally pummeled every day, that's what you do. And then, because the law says you don't have to stay in a violent relationship just to get a green card, which is what he's doing right now. And you shouldn't have to do that.
Alrighty, thank you.
All right.
You can go ahead.
Okay, hold on 1 second. All right. 1-800-529-5465. That's the number to call to get on our show. Which way do you want me to look? Here. 1-800-529-5465. Please, everybody, share this with your friends and family. I'm going to say it time and time again until Keisha Taylor gets her 400 views and a free telephone, damn it. Somebody needs to give this woman a free telephone. Don't do it for me. Do it for one of the Brad squad and the Team Squeeze. Do it for Keisha. Please share right now. Let's watch how you share. You actually take out your phone. It's a very simple thing. We have a video. You actually take out your phone. I wonder if we have this video. Maybe we don't. But there we go. You take out your thumb. You press the little button. You share this with your friends and family. You put this on your timeline. You put this on your friend's timeline. Send it to people in a messenger. Say, hey, check this show out. Or put it in groups that you may like or that you have joined. 1-800-529-5465. But please share this with your friends and family. Let's go to Arlene in Long Island. Arlene.
Hi, Brad.
Hey, what's wrong?
I'm sorry. I'm so sick of flu.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's okay.
I'll try.
All right.
I'll
I hope you feel better. Okay. I thought
Yes,
I thought you were crying at first, and then I'm like, oh my God, what happened? All right. I'm glad you're not crying, but I'm sorry you have the flu. But hopefully, you got to fight it out, and you'll survive. It'll be 2-3 days of really misery, and then you'll be okay.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
So what's going on?
Yes, Brad. So I'm thinking the question I'm going to ask you. I'm thinking, yes, I'm going to need it, but I'll ask you anyway. Every year, my husband, every year this company, they won a trip if they're qualified. They win a trip, and the trip could be anywhere in the world.
Okay.
Now, just today, we found out that he won a trip to Ireland. It's a trip to Ireland.
Okay.
So it's a trip for the employee and their spouse.
Great.
Now, I'm a green card holder, Brad, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to need a visa to go to Ireland.
You probably will, but I'm sure it'll be very simple to get. Because it's very, very rare that I've ever heard of a situation where somebody has a green card and lives in the United States and then picks up and decides to live illegally in Ireland. Okay?
Right.
It usually doesn't happen that way. So Ireland realizes that, so they should give you a visa without much of a problem.
Okay.
All right, so you'll be fine.
All right.
Okay? And enjoy Ireland and send pictures, because I've never been there, but I heard it's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
All right?
Thank you, Brad.
Okay, enjoy your trip, and congratulations to your
Thank you.
husband. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Feel better. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. May in Memphis, Tennessee. May, what's up?
Hi, Brad.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
What's up?
Hey, Brad, I just want to ask. I'm an immigrant. I got a green card. And what is this? I've been here in America for almost 5 years. I'll be applying for citizenship.
Great.
Yeah, anytime soon. But the thing is that my mother has been she has been here in the U.S. for 18 years. She came
Where are you originally from? Where are you originally from?
Philippines.
You're from the Philippines, and your mom, how did she come to the United States?
As a tourist.
As a tourist. Okay. So what's your question?
She came here as a tourist and got a visa for for 6 months. But she stayed, for 18 years now.
Right.
She's still here.
Right.
And I wanted her to be legally, to be legal here.
You want to get her a
US.
green card. You need to become a citizen for you to do that. You have to be a citizen. Okay, now how long have you had your green card?
5 years.
Okay, so this is what you need to do. Stay on hold. Let me do your citizenship. Make an appointment. Speak to us tomorrow. Speak to us Monday. You're eligible now. The longer you wait to become a citizen, the harder it will be for your mom. The reason why I'm saying, listen, I don't talk people into hiring me or not. That's up to you. But I will say this. The tea leaves what is it? The tea leaves? Or, I'm reading the tea leaves. And the tea leaves are that eventually, and it could happen in the next few months, it could happen in the next year, I don't know when, but eventually U.S. citizens will no longer be able to file for their parents. So you want to become a citizen as quickly as possible to help your mom, who's been here for 18 years already. All right, so hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
All right. You have something else?
Yeah.
Okay, what?
Brad, what's the time, what time are we looking at, say, for example, I'll apply for my citizenship.
In New York, it's about in New York, it's about 8 or 9 months. Maybe in Tennessee, it's quicker because they don't have as much to do in Tennessee. But it won't be longer than 8 or 9 months. It could be shorter in Tennessee. I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay, but I have to be a citizen.
You have to be a citizen.
Then I can apply.
Correct. All right. So hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. Vakisha Taylor, we're halfway home. 230 views. We need 400 for her free telephone. So please, again, don't do it for me. Yeah, do it for me. But if you don't want to do it for me, do it for Vakisha Taylor. Do it for your fellow Brad Squad Team Squeeze member. Please share right now. Let's watch the video one last time, just in case anybody forgot it. You actually take out your hand, you press a button, and you share it to your friends and family, and you say, hey, there's this guy. He's crazy. He throws his hands all over the place. And he gives pretty good advice if you have immigration issues. So please share this with your friends and family right now. Please put it on your timeline. Please put it on your friend's timeline. Please send it in Messenger to people you may think are interested in this. Please put it in groups that you may like. 1-800-529-5465 is the number to call. And by the way, we have Belgium Kim standing by. She's going to be with us in about 10 minutes. So please leave your questions on Facebook because at about, I don't know, what is it? It's about 6 p.m. right now in New York, 3 p.m. in California. In about 10 minutes, we'll get to all of your Facebook questions. Let's go to Pauline in Westchester. Pauline.
Hi, good evening.
How are you?
I'm good.
What's up?
I have a friend from Jamaica who's living here since 2006, but her sister filed for her 2005, but she was living in Jamaica then, but since 2006, she has been living here.
Right.
What can she do? And it's about 12 years this year that when the paper would be coming through.
Right.
So she wants to know what to do because most lawyers are telling her that she has to go back home.
Well, let me ask you a question. She's lived here out of status, I assume. She came here on a visitor's visa and overstayed a time?
Yeah, she comes on one of those work programs and overstayed, but her sister had filed for her.
It was the H-2B visa, I would assume, which was a seasonal worker, probably, to come work in a summer resort or a winter resort or in a country club or something like that. All right.
Yes.
So now, where is mom and dad in this picture?
Her mom and dad? No, her sister filed for her.
I understand that. I get it. Sister filed. I'm asking a separate question. Where's mom and dad?
Her mom and dad?
Mm-hmm.
I think they would be in Jamaica if they're alive. I'm not sure about that part. I did not ask her.
Okay. And I assume the sister's a U.S. citizen. Well, the sister has to be a U.S. citizen because she filed.
Yes, she is.
Right. And so there's two things, all right? I don't have an answer because you don't have enough facts, okay? But let me tell you let me give you some generalizations here, okay? Generalization number one is you cannot adjust your status if you have overstayed your time, if your brother or sister has filed for you, unless they filed for you before April 30th, 2001, or unless your mother or father had something filed in the system before April 30th, 2001. Then maybe, okay? In her particular case, it actually goes back to January 14th, 1998, because the April 30th, 2001 filing only pertains to people who were here in December 2000. I just remembered you told me she came in 2006. So actually, she needed to be in the system before January 14th, 1998. Let's assume she wasn't, okay? If she was not, then she cannot adjust her status here as an overstay on an H-2B visa filed by your sister. This is where the broken immigration system is, because she can't get a green card here. Now, there's another law that says if you overstayed your time by more than 1 year and you go home to Jamaica, you can't come back for a decade. So whatever lawyer is telling her, yeah, the lawyer says to go home, you know what? That's not very good advice because she's going to get stuck for 10 years. Which is why I asked, where's mom and dad? Because if hopefully mom or dad are alive somewhere, okay? If mom or dad are alive in the United States of America and they are living here as residents or citizens, then she can do, the sister who's been waiting here since 2006 can do a provisional waiver through the mom or dad.
I doubt that. She only talks about her sister. So if her parents is still in existence, they are either in Jamaica.
I got an answer for you.
Jamaica.
Okay, so now I got another answer for you. Okay, mom and dad are not here. She can't do a provisional waiver because mom and dad are not here. She's 1 year away from being eligible for a green card. We just spoke to May from Memphis, Tennessee, who's waiting to become a citizen to file for mom or dad. So now this is where mom and dad has to help out. If hopefully they're alive, okay?
Yeah.
The sister who's the citizen right now files for mom or dad. Mom or dad, either one, comes to the United States to live with a green card. Okay, that shouldn't take more than 1 year to do, which is the same 1 year of waiting that she still has for her green card. Mom shows up or dad shows up. You now have a qualifying relative to do a provisional waiver through. You do the provisional waiver through mom or through dad. Hopefully one's alive. Then she can go. If you get the provisional waiver, you can go home and come back without a problem.
Okay.
She needs help in terms of a consultation because this is all supposition. We don't really know. We're taking guesses. All right?
Okay.
So hold on 1 second and hopefully...
Can I ask you another question?
Wow, yes. I thought I gave you a lot of information already, but yeah, sure.
That's something different. Sorry,
Sure.
I'm going to be quick.
Go ahead.
If a child files for a parent, can she cancel the paper?
Sure. Whoever's the petitioner can cancel the papers whenever they want. They're the captain of the boat up until the day the person gets a green card. After the person gets a green card...
What if the process is already gone through, like the person do fingerprints
doesn't matter.
and all of that already?
You can cancel it up until the day you get a green card. When you get a green card, you can't... Now the petitioner can't call up and say, I sponsored my mother, I sponsored my husband, whatever it is, and I don't like them anymore, and I want to get back at them, take their green card. Too late. They already got their green card. They can stop it up until the day they get their green card. You know, mom and child should not be fighting. Okay, so they got to work it out. All right?
Okay.
All right, hold on. 1-800-529-5465. Akeisha Taylor at 291. 100 people to go. And Jill promised you, or I don't know who promised her a free phone, but she's getting a free phone from somebody. So let's please share this with your friends and family right now. Take out your phone, take out your thumb, take out your finger, take out this finger, and share this with your friends and family on their timeline, on your timeline, send a message. Send it to somebody's group. Please share this with your friends and family. And for God's sake, give Akeisha Taylor her telephone. Free telephone for Akeisha Taylor at 400. You heard it here first. Who's actually giving her this free phone, by the way? I just keep seeing, Jeff Bossy, 300 again. You got it. I just keep seeing that Akeisha Taylor wants 400 for, I don't know who promised her the free phone. We got to get to the bottom of this. Let's go to Casey in Queens, New York. Casey.
Hi.
Hi, I was just taking a sip of water. My apologies. What's up?
My name is Casey, right?
Yes.
I want to ask a question. My husband filed for me, right?
Right.
My priority date was October 2017, and I did my biometrics November 24th, 2017. How long do I have to wait to get my EAD card?
When did you file? Tell me the date you filed and the date you did your biometrics again.
My date was October 20, and I did my biometrics November 24.
Okay, and immigration never wrote you back there was any problem with your case or anything, right?
No.
Okay, so October, November, December, January, by end of February you should have it, if not sooner.
End of February. Okay, thank you.
All right, best of luck. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. We got 3 more people here that have been waiting a pretty while. So, Jill, let's do this. Let's go do these 3 people who've been waiting over 10 minutes. And then we're going to go to Belgium Kim and she's going to start asking your questions of me, and I'll answer them. That's what we'll do. Okay, we got a plan now. Let's go to Oman Wandi in Chicago, Illinois. Oman Wandi.
Hi.
Hey. What's up?
How are you?
Fabulous.
I'm good. I have a question. My question is like, I'm a permanent resident, so I'm trying to file for. I just got married this January.
Congratulations.
So, overseas. So I just came back. So I have a son already overseas before I get married here. So I divorced February last year. So how long is the process with the permanent resident going to take for filing for?
All right. Couple questions. I got it. You where's your wife right now? Is she in Africa? I assume. I'm just taking a guess. Africa. Where in Africa? Nigeria. You see, I'm good with accents, so that's why I assumed. All right. So let me ask you a question. How long have you had your green card?
I had my green card for almost 2 years now. 2 years.
How did you get it?
So
who sponsored you?
Oh, my ex-wife.
Your ex-wife sponsored you. All right, so this is the sad story I have to tell you, okay? If you got your green card through marriage, okay, you could go marry anybody you want whenever you want. But if you got your green card through marriage and you then divorce your wife, by law, you cannot file for wife number 2 for 5 years from the time you got your green card. So unfortunately for you, you can't file for her for 3 more years. You can file for your son. That you can do, and that'll take 18 months if you want to bring your son over first. I don't know if you want to do that or not, but you can't file for your wife, unfortunately. You may want to talk about, I'll say this because he seems disappointed. Maybe there's other options for your wife. Maybe we can, she can do a job sponsorship. Maybe there's an employer who wants to employ her and she has some special skill and the employer needs her. I don't know. Okay, hold on. All right, so he needs to hold on. I don't know if he was disappointed, he didn't hear. It was just kind of like silence. But that's what it is. 1-800-529-5465. Akeisha Taylor, there's only 80 people left, Akeisha. For your free telephone at 400 viewers. Jeff Bossy. I think, is Jeff the one giving the free telephone? Who's giving the free telephone, by the way? I don't know. Let's go to Jada in Buffalo, New York. Jada.
Hi, Brad. Good evening.
How are you?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I'm okay. I got my 10-year green card, and I have 4 kids. We petitioned for them last year, November, for their work permit and their green card, right?
Right.
They're in the process of waiting. They just do their fingerprints. I want to travel. Is it a problem if I travel and leave them undocumented?
If you travel and leave them undocumented?
Yeah, the papers are in.
Okay, who's filed for them?
My husband.
Okay, and they're all under 21?
Yes, all under 21.
Okay, so who's going to watch them?
I have family.
Okay, yeah, no, then that's fine. Yeah, I mean, just don't leave them unattended. It's fine. They're legal. They're fine.
No, they won't be as unattended, but I'm just worried, if I don't have any issues.
No, it's fine. They won't have any. They have an adjustment filed. They can even get advanced parole and travel with you if you want to take them out of school, which you probably don't want to do. But you can definitely travel. Okay, just make sure they're not unattended. That's all.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right.
I want to know how long will they take to get their work permit? We filed the papers in November.
About 120 days.
120 days, okay.
All right.
Well, thank you so much. Have a good evening.
You're welcome. 1-800-529-5465. We're going to speak to Mustafa in the Bronx, and then we're going to go to Belgium. Kim. Mustafa, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Good. What's going on?
First, I want to let you know my situation.
Yeah.
I came here when I was 16.
Where are you from?
I came through. I'm from Gambia, West Africa.
Okay.
So I came through a visa. I came here with my sister. So my mom was already here. She came before us, but we had this visa at the same time.
How old are you now?
Now I'm 21, but I came when I was 16.
Okay.
The thing is, when we came, my mother had already filed a refugee.
Okay.
A refugee. Yeah, she filed that for us and her. But I think for her they already approved her. She didn't get the actual green card yet, but she got the approval letter.
Okay. Did she include you on that application?
Yeah, she included me, but the thing is, I want to be honest.
Yes.
I came when I was 16. Now I'm 21.
Right.
In between that time, I've followed bad friends, and now I might have some legal situation that. So I don't know how.
All right. So I want to be honest with you. You got to tell me what your legal situation is. Tell me. Nobody knows who you are. Yeah. Other than Mustafa from the Bronx.
Right now, I have how to call it. I have a felony case that I'm fighting in the Supreme Court.
What is the case that you're fighting? You want
it's
to tell
about
us?
drugs.
Drugs. All right. This is the news flash, I assume, for you. Okay, it shouldn't be, but it is. If you are convicted of a drug offense, you're not going to get a green card. Okay. When did you get arrested? How long ago?
It was last year.
Okay.
During this time.
This is what I would suggest you do. Let me put you on hold. I don't want you to talk anymore because you have an ongoing case. Okay, and I don't want you to jeopardize that. What I would like you to do is two things. I'm going to put you on hold. I want you to make an appointment. You're going to come see me about your immigration, and then we have really fantastic criminal defense attorneys here, former district attorneys here in New York City, and I want you to just go through your case with them and make sure that your current attorneys are treating your case fairly. So hold on one second.
I appreciate that.
Okay, hold on. All right. 1-800-529-5465. We're going to get back to your telephone calls, but right now we want to find Belgium Kim, our rapid fire guru, our social media guru. Where are you, Kim? Hello! Hello! How are you?
I am doing very, very well, Brad.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
My little girl dreams have come true.
What are your girl dreams? What's gonna?
The Spice Girls are reuniting going on.
That's what gets you happy?
Oh
Spice
my
Girls?
God. Oh, Brad,
why are they reunited? Do they need money? Why are they reunited? Victoria Beckham doesn't need money. Why are they reuniting? Can you name all the Spice Girls? Can you name them all? You're a girl of the 90s. All right, all right, quickly.
I can't, but can you? I feel like.
All right, you go first.
Okay, we'll each take one.
I know there's Scary. I'll start. Scary.
Scary. There's Ginger.
Baby. Is there a baby?
Sporty. There is.
Well, I don't know what the other one is. Which one did you say?
I said Sporty Spice.
Sporty Spice. Ginger.
Yep.
Is it Ginger? The Ginger Spice?
We already said Ginger.
Scary Spice, we said. Baby Spice. Spicy Spice? No, what was it?
Spicy Spice.
I don't know. So I have no idea. And which one did we not get? I guess that's Victoria Beckham, I think, right? What was
Victoria
she called?
Beckham.
Yeah, what was she called?
You don't know? Do you want me to give you the answer?
Yeah, give me the answer. I don't remember.
She was Posh Spice.
Oh, that's right. Posh. It actually fits her. It actually fits her very well. All right. So you're not going to go with me. That would be queer to go with your boss, right?
No, absolutely not. No? I will go with whoever wants to go. If you want to come to Spice Girls, come to Spice Girls, Brad.
Yeah, I want you to. Okay, just so you know, all right, I'm sorry. Somebody's whispering in my ear. That wasn't a politically correct thing. I don't look at it like that, so sorry. Okay.
But the real question was, would it be weird? Would it be weird to go with my boss? And the answer is no.
What?
No, it would not be weird to go with my boss. To see the Spice Girls. Yeah. Okay. The Spice Girls is about love and inclusivity.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone go.
Okay. All right, so then we'll go.
As long as you can sing Wannabe at the top of your lungs.
So then we'll go. Yes. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Our first
By the way, Jeff Bossy knew it was Posh. Jeff Bossy, big Spice Girls fan, I heard. I heard he's going to be on the floor. He's getting floor seats for everybody.
He'd be really good. He'd be really,
yes, I heard he's getting floor seats for everybody. All right.
Now,
all right, let's go.
The way,
what?
Did you know what you've promised, Vakisha?
No, but did I promise her a telephone? Not me.
So Vakisha
who promised her a phone?
No one. Oh. No one promised her a phone.
But somehow on this show, Vakisha believes that if we hit 400, we're going to get a phone. And now I've been yelling it out because I wanted to get a new phone.
About 2 weeks ago, Vakisha said that if we got to 400, we have to top up her cell phone and give her minutes.
Ah, that we will do. That we will do. That we will do. Let's top off the cell phone. Let's get to 400, all right? We were at 340 something, Vakisha. You're about 50 short. But we'll top over a cell phone when we reach 400. How's that? And she'll get a mug. Okay? And maybe we'll get some other people some mugs too. All right? We'll give out.
It's been a protest to get.
Right? We like these mugs, right? Yeah, maybe we should start giving out mugs. Who wants a mug? The mugs are good.
Listen.
Look how good. Look, I'm gonna want you to know something. I don't know if anyone else is jealous, but the water tastes really good out of the mug.
Brad, you have no idea the protests that have been happening in the comments for the last month.
This is great water. Even better out of the mug, I'm telling you. Only if we can reach 400 today. Mugs for everybody. Mugs for the whole Brad squad. If we reach 400.
Brad's gonna spend $10,000 in mugs.
All of a sudden, the entire studio is gonna be filled with boxes from Amazon. I'm like, what are we doing with all these mugs? All right, let's go.
Okay, Kanisha asked, the original charge that she's got, that she has, is grand larceny, but it was dropped to a violation. Is that going to be a problem when she goes in to do her citizenship?
It shouldn't be, because a violation is not a criminal offense, so it's not deportable. It only would affect good moral character, and assuming it happened more than 5 years ago, then she's perfectly fine. If it happened in this 5-year period, she should come speak to me first.
We've got Rochelle who says, can you apply for citizenship if you file taxes separately from your husband of 11 years?
Yes, because it doesn't matter your husband of 11 years. Have you had a green card for more than 5 years? Then you're joint, because you're still paying your taxes, it's not a problem. But what you're saying is, I'm not going to be jointly held responsible for my husband's taxes. And he's not going to be for me, and it's hard to prove you have an economic relationship. But if it's more than 5 years, who cares?
JD says, I want to know how long it's going to take to hear back from NVC. That's the whole question.
Okay, what'd you write them?
I said,
what's your priority date? Yeah.
Right.
That shouldn't even, that's a question that should just be JC ask, I think we have a thing here. Who filed for you? What family do you have? Let's put let's show, how we ask a question here. Let's give a good question. Let's pull a really good question, how somebody asks a really good question.
As a matter of fact, I have it, and I even said in the comments,
good question.
That was a great question.
So here is now, Kim has a perfect example of how to ask a Facebook question. Let's go.
That's right. And the perfect example is from Najwa. And Najwa says, me and my husband have recently gotten married on January 26th of this year.
Great.
But we don't live together.
Oh.
Because I share an apartment with a bunch of people. And he's pretty much living with me at this point.
Yeah, but he's not.
We're currently searching for an apartment.
Okay, so much better now.
With a move-in date of March 1st.
Okay.
Is that going to be a problem that they did not? And Brad and Najwa's husband Bradley even came in to give more information. And said,
Bradley, yes.
Is it going to be an issue that we didn't live together for the first 2 months of our marriage because we had trouble finding an apartment?
No, because it's a completely legitimate excuse. And as long as you have a move-in date for March 1st and you're going to be living together, and you can show from March 1st all the way up to your appointment date, which probably won't be even if you file today till the fall, you'll have 6, 7, 8 months of living together, you'll be fine. But what you should be doing now, even from the beginning, is just, although you're not living together, you should be sharing the same economic relationship. Make sure you have your bank accounts, you're paying the bills together, that type of thing.
London.
Good question, Najwa. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
That question asking.
That's how you do it.
London, also good question, I think. I got my 2-year green card in May of 2017. I got how long do I need to wait before filing for my 10-year? And I got sponsored from my wife, and I had to use from my wife's friend, and I had to use his name on the I-175.
The I-175?
Yes.
What the hell is he talking about? There is no I-175.
Is it maybe I-475? Is that a thing?
There's an I-485, the adjustment, but why are you using somebody else's name on an adjustment? What? Huh? I think what he may be saying is that he got sponsored and he needed an affidavit of support from a second person. And that was somebody's friend, and he got his green card, and now he has a 2-year green card, And the answer to your question is 90 days before the expiration of your 2-year green card is when you file to remove the conditions to get your tenure. You have to do it within 90 days of the expiration, not 91 days. If you file it on day 91 before the expiration, it's being returned. 90 or before.
Gavaska would like to know, how long does it take to be a citizen after filing? See, this is
9
an example
months.
of not a detailed
It's
question.
not a detail, but we got it. 9 months.
We got it. Asset wants to know, is there a problem if I don't do my medical until they send me the form?
Yeah, because guess what? Your case is not moving. You have to submit the medical with your application. So the fact that you filed it and you're waiting for them to send you a form, your application's sitting in a pile in the mailroom and nobody's processing it. It's a problem.
Matthias wants to know, how long after biometrics does immigration take to write you back in terms of an interview? I did mine on the 31st of January.
Well, you have to get your work permit first. And I assume it's an adjustment or citizenship. I mean, there's a lot of things you would do biometrics for. Let's assume it's an adjustment. You just did your biometrics in January. You're not getting your interview till the fall. If it's your citizenship, probably a similar time frame.
Anthony says, how long is it going to take to get your work permit after getting your work permit to get an interview for your green card?
How long? 6 months, 7 months, figuring you get your work permit at 4 months and it's a 9-month process, maybe 5 months, something like that.
Reginald. Also, this person's name is Reginald Amata, and I don't know, but I feel like they are the captain of a great ship of some sort. You know what I mean?
Because the word armada, you're thinking of Christopher Columbus's armada or something.
I think you're right.
Okay, let's continue. That's because armada means like a bunch of ships. That's why.
Yeah,
all right, let's continue. Okay.
Reginald.
Yeah.
Reginald says, in 2 days, it's going to be 120 days since I did my fingerprints. How long again for my citizenship interview?
Oh, you have another 120 days to go.
Randy says, if you marry someone that only has a green card, can the male acquire a green card as well, or must you wait until the female with the green card becomes a citizen to get a green card?
All right.
Wife and husband.
Okay, so yeah, all right. So the answer is your wife can file for you now. It's a different process. You would have to do a provisional waiver, go home, and come back. Okay, it's a different process. You're not doing an adjustment, but ultimately you would get a green card. Come see me.
And then we've got Suzette, who says, I'm from Jamaica. I came to America in 1981. I was a child back then and went to school, but at 19, I went back to Jamaica to pick up my papers and then got turned down and never came back. My daughter is a U.S. citizen. What can I do?
Why did she get turned down? What happened?
You know, she didn't say. She just said.
And how long was she living in the United States?
It says she was a child until the time she was 19. So.
And then she went. And when did she leave?
She left when she was 19.
How old is she now? We don't know.
I have given you all the information.
Every piece of tidbit of information is there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the answer is, I assume she got turned down because she lived illegally in the United States for 1 year past the 18th birthday. It's my guess. You know, you never know, but that would be my guess. Of all the reasons to be turned down, that seems the most logical, that you were illegally in the United States between 18 and 19, which gives you a 10-year bar when you go home. So your daughter can file for you, who's a U.S. citizen, assuming she's over 21. And if that's the case, then you got turned down a while back because you couldn't have a 21-year-old daughter and have left at 19. So the 10-year bar is lifted. So presumably, if that's the reason, you can certainly have your daughter file for you now, but we need to know more information. And by the way, Kim, Vikisha Taylor is only 30 people away from topping off that phone. 30 people from topping off the phone. I'm watching. I'm watching the numbers.
And she just requested the international number. So I think that if we hit 400, she's going to call in and be waiting.
All right. So we're going to come back to you in a little bit. We got some other stuff to do here. I don't know if we have Toan ready, Toan Lam. If not, we're going to go back to our immigration questions, and we're going to come back to Belgium Kim in a little bit and to answer more of your immigration questions on Facebook and on YouTube. And right now, you can call us at 1-800-529-5465. The international number is 212-227-8933. We're going to go to Kenesha in Patterson, New Jersey first. Kenesha, how are you?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. It's not Kenesha. It's actually Kamisha.
Oh, Kamisha. My apologies. It does say Kamisha, and I'm literally blind, and I saw the M as an N. My apologies. What's up?
So I got married last year, July.
Right.
And I filed my papers in December. I didn't do a medical though. They sent me back last month, and I did my
medical
biometric.
You did your what?
The question I went and do the fingerprint, the biometric.
Right.
My husband wants to file an NIT number for me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he should?
Yeah, because you're not going to get your work permit for a long time now because you haven't done your medical yet. So they're not going to issue you any work permit till you have a completed application. So you got to wait for them to write a letter to you, say, okay, here, send the medical, then you send the medical, and then you'll get your work permit in like 120 days, and then you can get your social. So in the meantime, you need something to file your taxes.
Okay, they sent me a letter saying that they would let me know when to do the medical, if I should bring it to the interview, or if this is a case that doesn't require
so that would be good then. All right, so they're not holding. It doesn't sound like they're holding up your case then. Good, thank God. All right, so then hopefully, you can file your tax return, put a W-7 with the tax return. When you do get your work permit, you'll apply for a Social Security number, and then you'll fix everything.
Okay, so you can go ahead and file the IN
for the TIN number. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. The answer is yes. Okay. 1-800-529-5465. Sabrina in Kingston, Jamaica. Sabrina.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm engaged to a U.S. citizen. I'm currently in Jamaica.
All right, congratulations.
I'm coming up shortly to visit.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering if it's best to get married in the United States or get married in Jamaica. Also, I have a son. So I wanted to know him filing for my son when we do get married and everything, if it's better to have my son stay in Jamaica or be in the U.S.
All right. Loaded question. That is a loaded question. Let me tell you why. Okay? Mm-hmm. You cannot, by law, and Donald Trump has enshrined this in regulations now, so it's not like an option at the airport or even with immigration anymore. It is enshrined in regulations from Donald Trump. If you come to the United States this has always been like this, but now they've really made specific regulations about it. If you come to the United States as a visitor for the purpose of getting married and staying and getting your green card, that is a misrepresentation and a reason to deny you for life. Okay? Now, this is what the law says, and now you have to decide how to live your life. Okay? The law says if you come up to the United States on a visitor's visa with the pure intention in your mind and in your heart to come visit, to be a tourist, that's perfectly fine. And then 90 days later, 3 months after you have entered the United States, somehow you decide to get married. What the law literally says is if the marriage happens after 90 days, the law presumes they still, if you went in and said, yes, I had the intention of getting married all the time, then that'd be pretty foolish of you. But the law presumes that after you wait more than 90 days, the law presumes that you came with the intention of visiting in your heart and in your mind, and then you changed your mind, and that's perfectly fine. Okay? So, if you were hypothetically to come to the United States, with a visitor's visa and then waited 90 days and then adjusted your status, it seems to be okay. If, on the other hand, you got married within the first 90 days, not so good. Okay? Now, in terms of you traveling with your son, that's another issue. Okay? If your husband goes down and marries you, he can do that, and then you'll wait about a year, you'll come up with your son. I mean, it's just how you want to live your life. All right? Hold on, you may need some help. We are at 400. Vacation Taylor! Vacation Taylor! Congratulations! You have done it! You single-handedly put us to 412, along with everybody on the Brad Squad and everybody on Team Squeeze, the whole crowd. Everybody's going wild. This is the biggest crowd we've ever had in our life. Oh, I'm getting a little nervous here. Getting a little nervous here. Ooh. All right. 1-800-529-5465. Vakisha, you speak to Kim, and she's topping that phone off. She is topping that phone off. Jill, call Amazon. Start ordering the mugs. This is a mayhem going on here right now. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Don in Alberta, Canada. Don.
Hey, it's actually Dan. But
Dan, okay, what's up?
Good enough.
Yeah, what's going on?
That last caller kind of answered part of it,
right.
But there's a little difference to mine.
Sure.
I'm a Canadian citizen. Mm-hmm. I'm currently in Canada.
Right.
Been dating a woman. She's an American citizen. Been dating her for 2.5 years.
Right.
Also thinking the same thing as the last one. I want to.
You have the same issue. Okay.
Yeah,
as a Canadian citizen, you can come and visit. But you got to wait 90 days from your entry to get your green card. If you come to the border and you say, yeah, I'm coming to get married, you got a problem. If you're coming with 10 suitcases, guess what? They're going to know you're coming to get married.
Yeah, I'm in trouble.
You're in trouble.
Here's my twist. So you answered that, and I was like, okay, I got that. I understand, obviously, wait 90 days.
Right.
So,
and I'm not telling you, and by the way, I am not telling anybody to break the law by saying, yes, lie to the government when you cross the border. Okay? What I'm saying is this is what the law says. If you come to visit, that's fine. And then you wait 90 days and you get married after 90 days, the law says you're okay. That's what the law says.
Okay, so their answer is part of mine. The twist with mine is I'm an engineer.
Uh-huh.
I used to work in America in oil in 2015 when oil took the big dive.
Right. But now oil's coming back, right? Isn't shale coming back now?
That's exactly. So 2015, I got let go.
Right. Where you were like in South Dakota or in Texas or something?
I was in Wyoming, but I was mainly working in North Dakota.
Right, okay.
Okay. So got let go. I was on a TN visa.
Right.
And I may have, and I didn't even know I was doing this, but I overstayed by 1 year.
Right.
So technically I should have a 10-year bar.
Well, when you mean by overstayed by 1 year, how did you come to the United States? On a NAFTA thing?
Say what?
How were you working in the United States? Under what status were you working in the United States?
TN visa.
On a TN visa, the NAFTA thing. Okay. All right. So you overstayed by more than 1 year already. So you have a 10-year bar.
Correct.
Right.
I should have a 10-year bar.
You do.
I've been to the United
Guess what?
States.
You do, but they don't realize it when you come in.
Okay.
Right.
So that's what I mean. So will that, even if I if I legally come in, wait my 90 days.
Yes, because when they discover, let me explain something to you, and I don't think you should be talking anymore.
Okay.
If you have a 10-year bar, and then you come back to the United States, and then you left, and then you come back again, okay, after the 10-year bar, you re-enter the United States, now you have a permanent bar, okay? You can't do that, okay? Because
even if I enter legally?
Even if you entered legally, you shouldn't be doing it. You're going to have a permanent bar because they're going to say, oh, misrepresentation. They're going to give a whole thing. What you should be doing right now is having a consultation with us, having your wife file for you, and doing the appropriate waivers at the embassy, and do it the right way. All right?
Okay.
Hold on one
problem.
second. Okay? All right. 1-800-529-5465. Akeisha Taylor has done it. Tamika Nelson has done it. Jeff Bossy has done it. There's so many. Lisa Bling Rose. Let's thank everybody here. Pauline Williams, Carol Anderson, the Tiger, Jella Shauna, Simone Goslin, I could go on and on and on and on and on. Beverly Thompson, Asset Lindo, Tanisha McNabb, Advar Wilson. I can go on and on. Smiley Smith, all of the Brad Squad. I can go on and on and on. We would spend an entire hour going through 410 people who were watching at that very moment. But thank you very, very much. We finally did it. over 400 people. I want everybody to stand still. Not stand still literally, but just stand still for a second, okay? We have an entire load of telephone calls on our board here. I'm going to get everybody who's on hold, okay? Yannick in Miami, Jamie in New York, Sophie in the Bronx, okay? I got Nathan in Philadelphia. We got a whole bunch of people. I'm not going to go through all their names still. Hang in there. Everybody who is leaving their questions on Facebook and YouTube, hang in there. I got this really cool guy who's been on hold for a while. His name is Toan Lam. Now, Toan Lam is a Vietnamese immigrant. He came to America and he discovered his purpose in life. If you remember, we had the woman, Antoinette Tuff, who was on last week, who found her purpose in life. This guy, also an immigrant from Vietnam, found his purpose in life. He followed his passion for telling people stories. He became a successful journalist, an entrepreneur, a philanthropist, a motivational speaker. He's a member of the Asian American Journalist Association. He has been featured on CBS. He has been featured in Forbes magazine. He has been on NBC, to name a few. Now it's his biggest moment ever, being on the Brad and Squeeze Show. Okay? He's also the founder of nonprofit multimedia platform Go Inspire Go. And Toan Lam, he has dedicated his entire life to helping people discover their purpose in life. And I'm told, I've never spoken to him before. Hello, how are you?
Hi,
hey,
from San Francisco.
How are you? So, did I describe you well?
Yes.
Yes.
That was very thorough. You have a really good producer.
So tell me what you're doing to help people right now.
Well, currently I am doing a lot of things. I do motivational speaking. I'm actually headed out to Detroit soon to speak in a couple weeks. I run also a podcast called Truth Dare Talk, where I'm illuminating conversations with people who have found their true calling, and they're using this truth to help people. And here's the kicker. We're daring you, the audience, to find your truth and live it and be it.
So let me ask you a question, okay? You're a motivational speaker. You're going to Detroit. I'm not going to be in Detroit. What are the highlights? How do you motivate people? People are coming to see you. They feel maybe lost in life. They don't have a purpose in life. They don't know what to do with themselves. They feel like, we had Groundhog's Day last week. Like every day is Groundhog's Day. What do you do to get people to say, hey, I'm on this earth for only so much amount of time. Life's a roller coaster. What do I do to give myself purpose in life on this earth?
I do it through telling my story and telling other people's stories. So I believe sharing is caring. So when you share your story, people open up and they share their story.
That's our thing. We say sharing is caring too here.
Yeah. We're very aligned, I could tell. Yeah. So that's a part of it. And just making people feel like they matter. A lot of people don't think their stories really matter, but when you get to the heart of it, like when you ask these immigrants their stories, or you're answering their questions and you're really digging in deeper, we all, like if you cut us, we all bleed. We all go through challenges, no matter how pretty our Instagram, little squares look.
Well,
what's
funny about Instagram is a picture's a moment in time. So you see the person smiling at that moment, you're like, wow, what a fabulous life, but you don't know what happened the second before and the second after, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I saw a photo of an article that said exactly that, and it showed like New York and this beautiful shot of maybe like Statue of Liberty, and then just below it there's like homeless people and trash everywhere.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but I think that to answer your question though, it's just telling people stories, and then hopefully my hope is that if you tell a good story or connect with people enough, they feel like their story matters too. So that's how you get.
You have a good story. Tell us your story. All right, you have a story that you're a first generation American, right? You weren't born here; you were born in Vietnam.
Yeah.
I assume you have a story of immigration to the United States and ups and downs of life.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're Chinese by descent, but we were born in Saigon, Vietnam. There's a photo of us coming to America. I was 3 there. But essentially, my parents, they came from very humble beginnings, ended up having a very successful construction company. Fall of Saigon, later in the late 70s. My parents decided that they wanted us to come to America for the American dream, freedom and a chance at education, and more opportunity. So my dad and a bunch of business people built a boat, and we escaped we tried to escape in the middle of the night, and then we got caught. And so,
what year was this?
They paid.
What year was this?
This was, I want to say, I was born in '78, and my mom said it was when I was 8 months old. So I think it was still.
And you built a boat where you're leaving Vietnam and escaping to where? You're going across what? You're going across the Pacific Ocean? What are you doing?
Yeah. We're headed to Indonesia. And that's a photo of me and my grandmother at the refugee camp. Oh, my maternal grandmother. And we were there for 2 years.
And you lived in a refugee? Do you remember living in a refugee camp?
No, I was so young. I don't remember anything.
Recall it.
Really. Yeah. And, we were there for about 2 years. So by the time I was about 3, we came to America. We had a host in Sacramento, California. So that's how we ended up in Sacramento.
And now, when you got to Sacramento, how old were you?
I was about 3 years old, and our first home was in a trailer park, and there were 10 of us in a trailer with my parents said they had $4 in their pocket. And when I tell that story, people are like, "Oh my gosh!" And my mom was like, "No, we were just happy you all were alive."
Right. You literally got to America with $4 in your pocket, off of a refugee.
Not speaking English.
Not speaking English.
Yeah.
All right. So how did your parents make it? How did you make it? What were the ups and downs of life? How was it growing up with literally coming here with $4 in your pocket and not speaking English?
I think that could take up your whole show. But in a nutshell, my parents were, they were dreamers. They had a bigger dream for us than we could dream for ourselves. And so my dad eventually we were on welfare when we first came to America. My dad got his education and eventually opened up his own mechanic shop. My mom was a stay-at-home mom for most of her life, and then became a beautician. And then, as a kid, I loved to read, write, and talk. And so I knew that I wanted to do something with that, and I hated getting my hands dirty. So my dad would ask me to go to the car shop, and I'm like, I'm going to answer phones. And when I grow up, I'm going to talk for a living because I love to read. And I read every single children's book I can get my hands on. I read shampoo bottles in the shower. I was like, literally, rinse, lather, repeat, methylparaben as a little kid. And my parents were like, doctor, lawyer, engineer, like a lot of different. And I don't blame them.
Right. Because he's brilliant. He's reading the shampoo bottle, right?
And so I ended up, against their behest, I went to the University of San Francisco. My parents could only afford to give me $500.
Right.
And I wanted to go there because it was a private Jesuit university. And I was hearing that a lot of these kids were going to private schools. And I was like, you know what? I want to go. So you do the math. It's $25,000 the first year to go to USF.
Right. And you were the first person in your family to go to college, I assume?
No, I wasn't. It was my sister, my older sibling.
Oh, your older sister went first. Okay.
Yeah. And my other siblings did too. So I just wanted to go to this private school, and I wanted to. I thought, gosh, it would be so great if I could run scripts to LeVar Burton, because he was one of the first people of color that I would see on TV.
Now, for those who don't, I remember LeVar Burton. He was Kunta Kinte, right?
Yes.
In Roots. Yes. He was Kunta Kinte in Roots, which was really my first experience ever. I remember I was like, I don't know if people remember, and I don't know, I'm much older than you, I assume, because you have a full head of hair still. But my first experience dealing, because I grew up in a white neighborhood. So, I mean, nobody in my school was Asian. It was just, Jewish, Italian, Irish, Protestant, but whites. The first,
New York?
What? In New York, in Long Island. So the first time I ever actually even, now it's a different story because I deal with people from all over the world every day. But I remember as a child, I was like 4 or 5 years old. First time I ever learned even that slavery existed in the United States. I watched Roots and LeVar Burton. First, I remember vividly watching the whole thing, and I watched it over and over and over again. So you wrote LeVar Burton. Anyway, that's my little story. Continue.
That's so awesome. Thank you for sharing. I know. So we both have LeVar ties. We're both groupies. So yeah, I would watch Reading Rainbow, and this was before Oprah was Oprah. Oprah was still, I don't know if she was in Chicago or what.
Right.
But there was not a lot. The point is, there was not a lot of people of color on TV, and I just thought, no, I don't want to be a TV anyway. I mean, like I don't look like them, and successful people are blonde hair, blue eyed. I thought, you know what? Maybe I will go and I'd be a teacher and maybe run scripts to LeVar Burton. And that would be great, and we'll see. And so anyways, fast forward many years, I ended up interning 5 times in college. I worked over 30 hours a week, emceed every single event I can get my hands on. I went from Wausau, Wisconsin, Midland, Texas, Fresno, and then back to San Francisco as a TV reporter. And then,
so how'd you get into this Truth and Dare project? I mean, how'd you get into this? All of a sudden, you're like you're floating around, and then all of a sudden, you're like, I'm going to do this Truth or Dare project. I'm going to be a motivational speaker. I'm going to give people purpose in life. How'd you get into that?
It's funny because actually Truth Dare is the latest project. Right after I, just to skip back a couple notches, to rewind a little bit, after doing 8 years of news, I was sick and tired of death and destruction. So I was like, you know what, I don't want to do local news anymore. And so I eventually started a nonprofit called Go Inspire Go, where essentially it's a place where you go, you get inspired by everyday heroes. Instead of reporting the news, I would report about everyday heroes to inspire you to go and use your power to help other people. Fast forward 10 years later, it's become a nonprofit. Over 150 people from around the world have volunteered to help. We've done over 70 stories. And one of the stories is really close to you.
Where do you see these stories? Is this online?
I see it on goinspirego.com, and you just click on the YouTube link. But one of the stories is really close to you, a guy named Jorge Munoz. I don't know if you've heard of him.
No.
He's a school bus driver by day, but at night he's known as the Angel in Queens, New York, because every day, for I think more than 14 years now, Jorge has spent more than half his salary buying enough groceries to cook home-cooked meals and deliver them to the Roosevelt stop in Queens, feeding 150 people every single night.
So he's the bus driver, and then he gets off the bus, and people at the bus stop he's feeding? What do you mean by the Roosevelt stop?
Good question. So what he would do is, he was a school bus driver by day, then he would go to the grocery store, buy enough food, cook it, drive his little Toyota truck out to the subway stop, and just start feeding them from the subway stop.
And where is this? On Roosevelt Avenue?
Queens, New York. Yeah, the Roosevelt stop.
Does anybody who's watching our show who lives in Queens ever meet this guy? What is he feeding? I'm going to go there now. Joe, we got to go check him out because we got to get him on our show. He's feeding everybody. 9:30 at night, he's feeding people coming out of the subway. Wow, that's great
No, not
story.
the subway.
Oh, where?
Not the subway.
That's in there. Where is he feeding people? On the street?
Yeah, he's feeding people on the side of the street, and they're mainly very low-income people.
Of course,
a lot of immigrants.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of immigrants, people who have just, are trying to just make it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fabulous. So the Truth and Dare project is what? It's trying to find people who are making a difference. And how do you teach people to make a difference? I mean, there's a lot of people watching us right now. We had over 400 at one point, at one time. How do you teach people? How do you teach people to make a difference in this world?
Well, I think it really starts with, to make it really sustainable, is you just have to figure out what excites you out of bed in the morning. I love to read, write, and talk to people. So obviously a podcast or telling stories like this is a great way. Obviously you're inspired and very passionate about law and immigration, right? And so you're able to use your power to help answer these amazing phone calls of people that really need help and don't have, right? And so I just challenge everybody, to think about what excites them and then how can they use that to help people. So, for example, if you love to read, write, and talk, and you have a 9-to-5 job that you just have to wait tables or whatnot, it's like, okay, well, can you go and read to kids once a month at an elementary school or once a week? Just think about what you can do that's in your power to help others.
Well, you have this amazing American dream. You literally came here as a minor, not speaking any English, from a refugee camp. Your parents came here with $4, and you have found purpose and motivation in life. I assume throughout, this is an immigration show, so let's just turn this to immigration a second. You have an amazing American dream and an amazing American story about how you made it. There's lots of people struggling right now. There's many people who are dreamers who may lose their work permission, may be forced to go home. There's even more people, millions and millions. They say there's 11 million people out of status in the United States. I say there's 11 million people out of status in the tri-state area. Maybe it's probably closer to 40 or 50 million, okay? It's well beyond anything that the government is even announcing. And there are people who are working every day trying to make it, trying to make ends meet, trying to give a better life for themselves. They left their family behind. I mean, if you think about people who immigrate to the United States with nothing, like your family, I mean, those are the people you want, right? Who have come here and to try to make a better life. What do you tell people now that you hear like Donald Trump saying, oh, we don't want anybody from these S-hole countries, get rid of them? And by the way, Vietnam being one of them too, I assume.
Well, you know what the thing is that in the news, when you turn on the news, it seems like there's such horrible things happening. And I think as a whole, in terms of humanity at large, there's so many more awesome people helping each other. I don't care if you're from the red state or the blue state, or you don't care what state. There's so many awesome stories out there, and so that's why I was just, I want to highlight these, because this was before all the CNN heroes and all these, before this became in fashion.
Right.
So to answer your question, I mean, I feel like when, I like to watch Fox News and CNN and Al Jazeera and all these places just to see what their stories are, and see how, somehow the stories are misconstrued. And, with all this fake news stuff and all these things happening, I mean, you can't just trust, the sources. You have to do some research yourself. And, to answer your question too, it's like, this didn't happen overnight, and I just didn't end up in this awesome place in the world. There's a lot of challenges that my family and I have had to go through, seeing prostitutes on the street. There were we see gang members in the street. I mean, Section 8 housing. So it wasn't like, oh, overnight this had happened. But if you hold on to that dream, no matter what happens to you, I just want everybody listening to know that, wherever you are, there's something that you can do to help somebody else. If you see somebody homeless on the street, give them your banana. And if you have money, you can write a check. If you don't, you can volunteer. Or if you can't do any of that, teach your kids or show them these videos or show them something amazing that's happening in the world. If you have the internet. So everybody has, I thought my story didn't matter as a kid. So that's why the question you just asked really resonates with me. Like this poor Chinese kid, I had a little prayer to God every night. Oh God, use my, I don't matter. We're poor, immigrant, use my story to use my skills, use me to help other people. And I think that's where it really all started. Well, it's just the awareness, knowing that you can make a difference in anybody's life, no matter how small.
It's amazing what you're doing to help people and motivating people, and we could literally sit here and talk for another 45 minutes. Absolutely. I have a lot, and maybe we're going to invite you back, and I think we will. Hopefully, you want to come back, and we'll talk more about this. Toan Lam, living the American dream, now came from nothing and now helping other people to motivate them to find their purpose in life. Tell us quickly, where can people watch your videos and learn more about what you're doing?
Absolutely. You can go to goinspirego.com. The acronym is GIG. That's my new gig, I say. So goinspirego.com, and you just click on the YouTube link. And we do this through volunteers and donations. So you can also donate or figure out a way to watch these stories and figure out a way to help these people. At the end of all the videos and the blogs, there are action items on ways that you can reach out and use your power and help them.
Well, it's fantastic. Thank you very much for joining our show.
Thank you so much for
I know you were waiting, and I appreciate your time, and very inspiring, and thank you for coming on. Thank you very much. Toan Lam from the Truth Dare podcast. He is a true community hero, helps people, and really helps people to motivate themselves to find true purpose in life. And true purpose in life has nothing to do with money. It has to do with waking up every morning and saying, you know what? I'm making a difference in this world. Maybe you're making a difference with your own child. Maybe you're a mother making a difference with your own child. Maybe you're making a difference in employment. Maybe you're making a difference in helping somebody else. Maybe you're making a difference somehow, every way. Everyone has to figure out how they make this world just that much more beautiful. Toan Lam, very, very good. We got a whole bunch of people on hold. I know we have more questions on Facebook and YouTube. We got about 35 minutes left here of the Brad San Squeeze Show. Vikisha Taylor, we did get to 420. Speak to Belgium Kim about topping off your phone. And let's go to Nanolin in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Nanolin. Danaya. Why is it saying Nanolin? Nanaya.
Hi, Brad. This is Nanaya. Hi, Brad.
How are you?
Good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and to your team for taking this call.
Thank you.
Brad, I had a question for you. I want to apply for citizenship,
right?
But I got my 10-year green card through marriage, and was subsequently divorced by my spouse.
Right.
This was in 2013, but prior to the divorce, when I filed for the I-751, they called us for an interview and separated us and videotaped us and asked us really detailed questions. And they said that somebody called in and said that the marriage was a fake, and but we did clear the interview, and I got my 10-year green card.
And when did this interview happen?
This was in 2013, August 2013.
And then you got divorced like a month later?
No, like about 10 months later, my spouse filed for divorce, and I'm eligible to apply for citizenship, and I just want to know, like,
everything is up for grabs at your citizenship. I have seen people who got their 10-year green cards, and then they drudge stuff back up from the marriage, and then they come up with something that it was a bogus marriage, or that something. I'm not saying this was a bogus marriage. I'm just saying that they presupposed it. You did get divorced 10 months later, so I mean, it's definitely going to be a question at your interview. As long as you have proof that it's a bona fide marriage, you're allowed to fall in love and fall out of love. That's perfectly fine. Okay? But certainly I would suggest you have an attorney look over everything, okay? So hold on.
Brad, one more quick question.
Sure,
would they contact my ex-spouse, and I mean, it was a very abusive marriage, and say sign a piece of paper that this was fake and blah blah, something like? Would they try some stunts like that, or do something like that? You know what I mean?
Hey, listen, if they want to make a cause celeb of this, absolutely. I don't put anything past them. If you have a concern, I mean, this is your life. I am telling you, I just had a client. Okay, as a true story, I have a client. She got her 10-year green card. She went on her citizenship interview, and immigration is now alleging that her marriage, even though she passed the 10-year interview, was a bogus marriage. So she's having an issue. She came to me after the fact. We're starting to work on it now. As much as I can say about the case, but I'm saying these things happen. All right, so hold on one second, okay?
Okay.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Sophia in the Bronx. Sophia.
Hi, good night.
Good night.
My child filed for me, but we did not send in any medical. I do my fingerprint already. So what should I do next?
Well, hopefully they'll give you your work permit without the medical. You should have filed it with it. Either they're going to issue you a work permit, or and everything's fine, and bring your medical to the interview. You may get a letter saying, please submit your medical. If that's the case, your work permit's going to be delayed. Or they may get a letter that says, bring your medical to the interview, and then you bring your medical to the interview. It's going to be one or the other. We'll see how it goes.
So I have to wait on them. I can't send it in.
No, do not. Never ever send in anything randomly, because it'll never hit your file. Okay, you got to wait for them to ask for it, and then they give you a letter with a barcode, and you submit it with the barcode. Other than that, it'll never reach your file. All right, so just hold the medical, hold on to it, and wait to hear what they say.
Okay, I should hear something in how long?
When did you take your biometrics?
Last month.
Okay, and within another 60 days, 60 to 90 days, you should hear something.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. 1-800-529-5465. Yannick in Miami, Florida. Yannick.
Hi, Brad.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Okay, my question is, I got married to a U.S. citizen.
Right.
We filed in January of 2007.
Uh-huh.
In May, I received my work permit.
Got it.
No, it has been 9 months, and I still haven't heard anything else from immigration.
The only thing I could suggest is, I didn't do your application, is if you want to hold on, and I'm happy to take a look at everything and have a consultation. You should be hearing something shortly. I mean, 9-10 months, you should be getting an interview. Okay. So, maybe you want to say it's been 9 months, you haven't heard anything. It's May, you want to give it another 15-30 days, see if you hear something. If not, then I think it's time for a consultation coming up very shortly.
Okay.
All right, hold on one second. 1-800-529-5465. Sandra in the Bronx. Sandra.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So, we had an interview already last year, and I wanted to know if we filed jointly for taxes last year, is it okay for my husband and I to file separate this year?
Did you get your green card?
Not yet.
No, keep filing joint tax returns until you become a citizen.
Okay.
You need to prove you're in a bona fide relationship, and the best way to prove it is you're sharing in. I assume it's a real marriage. I mean, I'm not.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I mean, it's a real marriage. You got to share in the debts and proceeds of the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. File a joint tax return.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay.
1-800-5. Everyone's always trying to get out of paying taxes with their spouse. You just got to do it. That's what marriage is. All for one, one for all. D, Atlanta, Georgia. D.
Yes, hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Brad?
Good. What's happening?
My mother is in here in America illegally for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And what can she do to get a green card?
Are you a citizen?
No.
Are you a resident?
Yes.
Okay, how long have you been a resident?
5 years.
Okay, and how did your mom come to America?
I don't know.
You don't know.
A tourist, yeah, but
tourist visa.
she entered legally.
Okay, so the quickest way is you file your citizenship today. You're a citizen in less than 9 months. You turn around, file an adjustment for your mom. She'll have a green card 9 months later. That's the quickest way.
Okay, so she can't do anything by herself. Granting I wasn't here, she can't.
Yeah, there's no such thing as I'm here for 20 years, I want a green card, and they hand it to you. You need a sponsor.
Oh.
All right, hold on 1 second. We can help you. All right, let's go to Audrey in Brooklyn. Audrey.
Yes, hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm great.
What's up?
I have 2 questions.
Go ahead.
I heard you earlier speak about regulations. Is it in the regulation for a person that's to be interviewed if they're being adjusted by their U.S. citizen child?
Yes, everybody gets an interview now. That is a new regulation as well. Nobody's getting their interviews waived.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to the world of Donald Trump.
Second question.
Yeah.
Yeah. When applying for adjustment of status, right? The visa you came on, they only look at that, or they look at the ones that were denied before? What if you've been denied once or twice? They look at those back?
Of course. If you have a problem you got denied a visa and then you got a visa and you have a problem and you think there's something that's not 100% kosher there, then what you should be doing right now is don't say another word, stay on hold. Let's have a private one-on-one consultation. And if you need to do a waiver, we're going to have to do a waiver for you. We'll have to figure it out. Hold on 1 second. Let's go to Mike in Anchorage, Alaska. Mike.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I just need help. Okay. My spouse and I, my spouse's mom, she's a green card holder, and she applied for, she petitioned for her last year, but shortly after that, we got married. And I was wondering, how can we go about doing her papers through me?
You're a citizen?
Yes.
Okay, where's your spouse from?
She's from the Cook Islands.
The Cook, where's the Cook? Is that South America? Where's the Cook Islands?
South Pacific.
South Pacific. And you're asking about your wife, or you're asking about her mother? I lost the first
part. My spouse.
Your spouse. She's here in Alaska with you, or she's in the Cook Islands right now?
She's here with me.
Okay, and she came on a visa?
Yes.
Okay, so you need to do what's called an adjustment application, which is an I-485, an I-130, an I-864 affidavit of support, an I-765 for her work permit. It's a whole adjustment package, okay? And you file it with immigration, and they're going to do her fingerprints and do a background through her fingerprints, and then they're going to call you ultimately in for an interview to prove it's a real marriage. And we can help you with all of this, so hold on 1 second, okay? But what you don't want to do is leave her living here out of status. Hold on. All right? All right.
Okay.
All right. I didn't even know where the Cook Islands. She may be, if Mike hires me, I thought I've dealt with people from every corner of the earth. But if Mike hires me, I believe that his wife will be the first person that I've handled from the Cook Islands. I wasn't even sure where it was. Natalie in Columbia, South Carolina.
Hi, good night.
Good night. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. What's up?
I'm good. I just have a quick question, right? My husband and I, we got married last July.
Right.
We filed in August, but we only got back a letter saying that our application has been processed. So we had called, but they said...
Did you get a work permit? Did you get your work permit?
No, nothing.
Did you file for your work permit?
No, that's what I'm about to ask you. I just did my medical and all, so it's possible for me to send in those papers?
Yes, you should. And it sounds like if you did this in July and you're still waiting around, Natalie, listen, I'm sure you're a bright, smart lady, but you're doing it wrong. Okay, because you should have had everything done ahead of time, and you should have your work permit in your hand. And you're living in South Carolina, which is not the friendliest state for immigrants. Okay, so you want to get something in your hand to show that you're legal in America. So hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay? Hold on. All right. What do we got here? It's 7:05. All right, let's do this. We're going to take 3 more calls online, okay? And then we're going to go back to social media Kim, Belgium Kim, Rapid Fire Kim, Kimmy Kim, Harlem Kim, whatever we're going to call her today. And we're going to finish up with Kim in about 5 minutes. So please leave your questions on Facebook. Please leave your questions on YouTube. But right now, let's go to Marie in Victorville, California. Marie.
Yes, hello.
How are you, Marie?
I'm good, thank you. I just have a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to apply for my green card,
right.
but renew my green card, and somebody told me that it's going to be soon to expire, but somebody told me I can apply for citizenship if it's not expired, or even if it's expired.
How do you have your green card? Who sponsored you?
Yes, for 10 years, sir. I've been here for 14 years.
Okay, so you have a 10-year card. It's about to expire. You don't need to renew your green card to file for your citizenship. Just go do your citizenship. It's perfectly fine.
Okay. Oh, thank you. And one more thing,
sure.
sir. So I just want to know if there's going to be a problem. But when I got my 2-year green card,
right.
I was married, and then after that we got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
It was final 2007. So would that be a problem with
All right,
me,
so let
sir?
me just make sure I got the dates right. When did you get your conditional green card?
I think 2004.
Okay, and then you went to remove the conditions, and
Yes,
when did you get when did you get the permanent green card in your hand?
2006, I think.
Okay, and you went for an interview with your husband?
Yes, no, without my husband. It was just because we're already divorced.
You're already divorced. No, then it's not a problem. They knew you were divorced. You went in. It's fine. You're good to go.
All right,
and
thank you so much.
And if you need help, hold on one second, Marie. Are you from the Philippines?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm good with accents. I told you. Hold on one second.
I know. I'm like, how did you know?
I know everything. I know. Hold on.
Actually, I really want to say that we really appreciate you guys helping a lot of people for this, because it's such a great help that you're giving them some help. It's a frustration.
It is. It really is. And if more people actually listen to the show, they would be less frustrated. Because thank
you, sir. You're doing an amazing job.
I literally tell people exactly what they need to know. Okay? So hold on one second if you need help. Hold on if you need help. Let's go to Nin in Philadelphia. Nini in Philadelphia.
Yes, good evening.
We have Nini back to back. Wow. We have Nini in Philadelphia. The next call is also Nini from the Bronx. That's strange. I've never actually talked to a Nini on my show, and now it's back to back. Nini, what's up?
Oh, wow. Please talk to Annakie from Burundi, Africa.
You're from Burundi, Africa. Okay, great.
Originally, I am a citizen here.
Wonderful.
And in my many travels back to Burundi, I adopted a child there.
Great. Now, let me ask you a question. How old is this child?
The child is now 14 years old.
Okay. And where is the biological mother and the biological father of this child?
He has no biological father. I mean, the father is dead.
And the mother disappeared.
The mother is nowhere to be found.
Okay. So and this child is in Africa still?
The child is in Africa.
Who's the child live with at this moment?
The child is now in a boarding school. He's a refugee now because Burundi is in trouble.
Okay.
And he was with a foster family there.
Right.
I wanted him to be raised because I know the country.
Right.
I put him in a foster family, but I was, taking care of him. When trouble came, everybody fled.
Right.
I put him up in a boarding school in Rwanda.
Wow, you're a great woman. Okay.
He is now in a boarding school in Rwanda. How do I get him?
So let me stop you by saying that that's fabulous what you're doing, and literally helping a human being to become a better. I mean, came from a refugee camp, and you're putting this child through boarding school. Okay, and you're making a difference in this kid's life. So congratulations. You did one thing wrong. You went and adopted them in Africa. It doesn't help you. Okay. So what you need to do is an orphan petition. This child has no mother, no father, and what we have to do is two things simultaneously. One is prove there's no mother and father, okay? And two, do what's called, you're in Philadelphia, do what's called a pre-adoption in Philadelphia. What a pre-adoption is a pre-adoption. You go actually to the court, whatever the court's name is in Philadelphia that does the adoptions. You go to the court there and you say to a judge, I got this kid in Rwanda. He's an orphan. I can prove he's an orphan. I want you to come do an investigation. And the judge will do it. You'll submit a social worker report and everything. I want you to come do an investigation, and I want you to write what's called a pre-adoption order, which I'm going to submit to immigration, that says that when this child comes to the United States, you will sign an adoption decree here. As long as a judge in the United States will sign an adoption decree here, and it all has to be done before he's 16, so you don't have a lot of time left. So all has to be done before 16. You then file the pre-adoption order with the I-601, the I-600, which is the orphan petition. The child comes over with a green card. Has to be all done before 16. You're not done yet. Child just has a green card. You now got to go back to the court in Pennsylvania, actually complete the adoption. And once you complete the adoption, now the child becomes an automatic U.S. citizen. And we can help you with all of this if you hold on. Okay? What we don't want to do is have the kid turn 16 and then you're out of luck. All right? Hold on one second. All right. And we have one more Nini in the Bronx. Nini in the Bronx, what's up?
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. What's up?
Yes, so I am here like 27 years, and I came in undocumented.
Right.
I've been married to U.S. citizens for the past 13 years. We have a older child together.
Right.
However, he wasn't able to file for me because of my entry. Now, my son is in the military, and he has filed a PIP, Parole into Place. Yeah, could you explain a little bit about that and how long it would take, and how do he file for me and then my citizen husband pick up from there?
No. Your son's going to file for you. He's a citizen. Okay. And what parole in place is, if you don't have an entry, what they say for people who are in the military or people who are honorably discharged from the military, their immediate family, which is their spouses, their children under 21, their parents, they will give that person who entered without inspection, who otherwise can't get a green card, something called parole in place, which is basically a fake entry document that the military is giving you, that the U.S. government is giving you. Okay? And it says, here, Nini entered the country legally. Here's a legal entry. It's called parole in place, but it's a fake thing because that didn't really happen that way. Okay? Now you have a legal document that allows you to adjust your status through your son who's in the military. Now, if you enter the United States truly without inspection, that's all you need. If you entered the United States, literally without inspection means you ran across the border from Mexico, someone drove you across the border from Canada, then that's fine. You jumped out of a plane from Nebraska, you parachuted in, nobody's, that's fine. If on the other hand, you literally walked through the airport and you flashed a document and you said, hi, my name is Sally, when your name is Nini, now you committed a fraud. You still have the parole in place, you could adjust, but then you need your husband. So it's going to be your son filing the adjustment and your husband filing a waiver. It depends on what your situation was. All right? So hold on one second, and you don't have to talk about it, but we'll talk about it off the air.
Okay.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. Jeff Bossie's still there. Natalie McLean is still here. Kerry Ann Wallace still here. Tamika Nelson's still there. Tamika, how come Kevin never watches? We never see one comment from Kevin. We made him famous on our first show, and we never saw him again. Velma Gale still watching. Carol Anderson, the Tiger, still watching. Who else is watching? Wendy Brown, still watching. Kerry Ann Wallace, Lisa Bling Rose, Danica John, Nikki Ressa, Wendy Brown. Hey, what's up? How you doing? All right. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to, what are we going to do? You want to go to Kim? Let's go to Kim. Kim.
Brad.
Oh my God! I've been talking for 2 straight hours here. Woo!
Yeah.
And you would think, if this was my only job, sitting here and talking for 2 hours, I would be able to do it. What people don't understand is I've been in my office since 9:30 this morning, helping people, being a lawyer, and then I do this at 5:30, doing my lawyer thing. All right, it's a long day for me. It's a very long day for me.
Very long.
So what I'm going to ask you to do is just ask the questions and then answer it yourself.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Don't do that.
I'm such a good immigration lawyer.
No, don't do that. All right, let's go.
Kenwell asks, the 1-year extension that they give you apart from the 2-year green card, when the 1 year expires, What's next after that? He's got a gray area time between the time that he is.
You're still a lawful resident. You just don't have evidence of it. You're always a lawful resident. You just don't have evidence of it. So what you need to do is, if you need evidence that you're a lawful resident because you got to work or, renew your driver's license, travel, you got to go make an InfoPass appointment, go down to immigration, get a stamp in your passport, and that'll be your green card. But you're always a lawful resident until the day the government writes you and says either congratulations, you're approved, and then you continue to be a lawful resident, or denied, now you're not a lawful resident anymore. It's not a gray area. You're a lawful resident, you just don't have the evidence of it.
You just don't have rights. Right. I actually, one quick thing, Tamika Nelson, who has been a watcher for years, she is a ride or die.
Years.
She is such a loyal fan that when she went down to see her husband Kevin in Jamaica, she made him get Wi-Fi just so she would not miss
the show. There you go. I mean, if anybody should have their phone tapped off too, it would be Tamika Nelson. I mean, there's a whole bunch of people who should have their phone tapped off. Jeff Fosse, I can go on. Carol Anderson, the Tiger, Cordella. I mean, we could go on and on. There's probably about 50 people who can say, Brad, how come you didn't mention me? Trust me, I know who you are. We're gonna tap off everybody's phone, just so we got it. Oh my God. Next thing I know, I'm gonna be AT&T's biggest customer. They're like, there's some AT&T's like, I don't know, there's some law firm in New York City that's our biggest customer. What happened? All right, let's continue.
Samantha wants to know, I got a letter for my interview that's coming up in a few weeks, but I haven't received my medical form yet. What am I supposed to do now?
Go take your medical. Go to the doctor. The doctor has a medical form there.
We've got Anne Marie, who says, I started filing for my daughter at age 16, but she didn't get here until she was 18. Is she still eligible to get her citizenship through mine?
No, you had to be here before 18. She has to wait 5 years from 18.
Simone says, if you file for your parent as a citizen and they have kids under the age of 21, will the underage kids be processed at the same time as the parents?
No. No chain migration there. The parent has to come up and then turn around and file for the kids.
We've got a question from Danae, who says, if you're traveling on a K-1 visa with your kids after getting married, can you file your paperwork and then wait to file the kids' paperwork?
Yes.
Dwena asks, my application for my work permit was approved in April of last year, but the card got lost in the mail. I did the application again after months of going through the process of reapplying, and that was in September.
Right.
I still have not received my card. I did apply for the extension in January because the permit expires in April, and it was approved, but again, still no card.
Okay.
What am I supposed to do?
Get a better freaking address. At some point, are you going to say, I'm not getting my mail at my address? Get a P.O. box. Go buy the P.O. box for $20 at the local, UPS store and have it mailed to a P.O. box, because obviously you're not getting your mail. I can imagine immigration screwing up once. Maybe screwing up, but 3 times you've applied for a work permit and they say it's approved and they don't mail it to you. It's a postal issue. It's not an immigration issue.
Donna says, I have a question. What if the person has been traveling back and forth for a while as a tourist? Do they still need to wait the 90 days to get married?
Yes, because you are a tourist. And if you're a tourist, see a florist. And if you're a Libra like me, then you know what movie that is?
No, what is that?
One of the dumbest movies ever. You want to see the dumbest movie from 1972?
What is it?
The Kentucky Fried Movie.
That's a movie?
It's a movie, the Kentucky Fried Movie.
It's literally called the Kentucky Fried Movie.
Yeah, it will be the dumbest movie you will ever see in your life. The only thing I remember is that the news they did the news, and the news guy, if you're a tourist, see a florist, and if you're a Libra like me, and almost anything could happen, and then all of a sudden he just gets shot. So I was just looking around like, okay, who's gonna kill me now?
What?
Yeah, it was a stupid movie.
That's a hell of a plot twist. I was not expecting.
Yeah, exactly. But
you were gonna say. Yeah. And then the main character died.
And then it was basically a skip movie, like a Saturday Night Live movie. and then, there's like another skit where, the guy's like being tortured to death. And, and they're like, I'm going to cut your hand off. I'm going to pour burning oil on. And the guy's like, I'm never going to talk. I'm never going to talk. And then he says, all right, then send her to Detroit. He goes, no, not Detroit. Don't send me to Detroit. I'll talk. I'll tell you anything. Just don't send me to Detroit. All right, that's how stupid movie it is. All right, let's continue.
JC Ann.
This is what happens 1 hour and 50 minutes. I revert to my childhood,
It starts to be a delusional sense where we're like...
Exactly. All right, let's continue. We got to help people. Let's continue.
JC Ann asks, if someone is married and has a parent who's a U.S. citizen and the person has a university degree, what's the easiest way to become a permanent resident, and what options are there to become a
parent's a U.S. citizen, but you have a university degree. Where are you? If you're in another, the easiest way is not always the fastest way. So those are two different questions. The easiest way is let your parent file for you. It's my parent. He's filing or she's filing. Very easy. Is it going to be fast? No. You're going to wait 7, 8, 9 years. So it's not. That's the easiest.
Right.
A faster way, assuming you have a university degree, is get sponsored in a job. A job sponsorship is 18 months, maybe even less now. Okay? But is that it's the fastest, it ain't the easiest. It's a very, very difficult process to get sponsored in a job. You need a job sponsor. You got to prove you're not taking a job away from an American worker. You got to show you have a certain skill that they're looking for doesn't exist in America. That's why you got lawyers like me. I make it easy. But it's not
yes, you do.
But it's not the easiest way, but certainly the fastest.
It's the easiest way if you have an attorney like Brad Bernstein at your side, folks.
Correct.
We've got Duena, who also said that who's having the mail problems.
Right.
She said that she.
By the way, one of the reasons to have a lawyer is you don't have a mail problem, because what happens with a lawyer is not only does everything get mailed to me, it gets mailed to you. So it can't be that everybody's losing their mail. That never happens. One of us always gets something. Okay, always good to have a lawyer. That way things get mailed by immigration to both places.
So Duena's issue now is that she has the receipt notice for the 90 days from the date that she showed it to her employer, but since she doesn't have a social security number yet, she also doesn't have the work permit card.
Correct.
Is she still allowed to work?
No, you're not legally allowed to work. However, it's really your employer's problem, not your problem. Why? Because the only person who's getting fined or getting in trouble for hiring an illegal alien is, and I don't like to use the word illegal, undocumented alien, is the employer, not you. And let's say immigration comes and raids your employer tomorrow. Guess what? You have a pending adjustment application. You're fine. You're legal here. Okay? And let me add one other thing. The fact that you work out of status or the fact that you have illegal employment is not a bar to getting a green card if I assume it's a marriage to a U.S. citizen. So, by all means, go work. It's the employer's problem, not yours.
Poochie asks, my sister has been living in America for 17 years illegally. Is there anything she can do to get her green card?
I don't know. Maybe. I think the first thing she should do is call me, 1-800-529-5465.
Celeste says, can you file for your citizenship if your green card is expired soon?
Yes.
Kenwell asks, Kenwell was talking about that kind of gray area where he doesn't really have evidence.
Right.
Is it safe to travel out of the U.S. and back? He wants to be sure that he's not going to have any issues.
If you have the stamp in your passport. If you don't have the stamp in your passport and your 1 year has expired, you will have issues. You need to get the stamp in your passport first.
We've got Zaire, who's asking, I met my wife August 7th of 2017 while on vacation, and we got married in September. I went back to my home country in October of 2017 and then came back here in December, and I'm now living in the United States. We've yet to file any paperwork. Good. Are we going to have a problem with our paper?
If you did file it today, you'd have a problem. You came in December. It's January, February, file in April. Then you don't have a problem.
even though they got married?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Elaine says, I'm applying for my green card here. I sent in my documents in March of 2017 and received a receipt notice in that same month. I received another letter regarding my work permit in July, but then from then, I haven't received anything that's asking me to do my biometrics. What's your advice?
It sounds like you did something wrong. You should have gotten it already. So they will give you a receipt notice because you paid the money for it and you filled out the form. That doesn't mean you did it right. Because if it was done right, you would have received it. Come see me is the advice. That's why you have a lawyer. You know, how many weeks and months of employment did you lose out by doing it on your own versus spending a couple of bucks for a lawyer? Or you say, well, I got a job. Maybe you would have got a better job because you're legal to show work. You know, it's an investment, Kim, in your life.
Absolutely.
Why am I going like this the whole entire show?
Because you're getting your point across, and I think it's
right. Okay, good.
No, and I think it's also an investment in a reduction of your anxiety. It's an investment in yourself.
Correct.
You are so much more at peace. You know it's taken care of.
When I talk to you, aren't you at peace, Kim?
I am so peaceful when you talk to me. If I need and if I get too stressed, I go to Brad's office.
That's right. You're like, did Brad just walk by? Is he mad at me? Is he mad at me? No, I keep you at peace. I keep you at peace. What else?
You do. So we've got a question from Princess who says, what if you start filing for a child at the age of 19, but during the process, they turn 21? Is that child now going to have to turn around and wait the full 7 years?
Unless you were a citizen before 21.
Kenny says, if my wife filed for me and I received my green card, can she go ahead and apply for my mother?
No.
So it would be the mother-in-law? She would be filing for her mother-in-law?
There's no mother-in-law filing. Do we have a lot of questions still?
We have about 9 questions left.
All right, let's go quickly, because then I want to get to Dwayne and Sarah.
Great. Soldier asks, my girlfriend came with a visitor's visa. We married after a month. What can we do now since we did not wait the 90 days?
Oh, you call me.
Go see
you need a waiver.
We've got Gavaska who says, how long does it take to file for your sister?
15 years.
Donna says, after waiting the 90 days to get married, how long do you have to then wait to file for your sponsorship?
The next day.
Carrie Ann says, I've got a friend who's living here out of status, and she and her fiance are getting married. She's got a child here who's 8 years old, and what she really wants to know is, does she file an I-485 along with the I-130 for the child as well?
Yes.
Mikhail says, my mom is a U.S. citizen and I'm married, but I am in Jamaica. I always visit the U.S. and she wants to file for me now. How long is that going to take for me to get through? And is it best for me to stay?
It's over a decade. Don't overstay in the United States.
Trey Breezy says, explain what happens after you receive the I-790C receipt from the USCIS. He did not say what the receipt was for. I asked, though.
I know. So you got to, who's filed for you? When did they file? This I-797 is a receipt that an application went in. That's what it is. Okay? So, you know how many immigration applications there's about 100 and plus immigration applications that could generate an I-797C receipt. So what is it that you filed?
Millicent says, if you get denied, can you just file again?
Yes.
Punchy wants to know, if you file an I-360...
But I want to say one thing.
Yes.
Einstein said, if you just keep doing the same thing over and over again, but don't fix what the problem is, that's insanity. So, yeah, you're going to file again, but you're not going to fix whatever the problem is, that's insanity. So before you file, come see me.
We've got Punchy who wants to know, if you're filing your I-360 under domestic abuse, can you file for your kids in Jamaica at the same time?
You got to get the I-360 approved. You got to get your green card. Then they would be derivative of that and come after, following to join.
And then finally, we've got Bradley who says, if your application is approved for an interview and you have an ACD for marijuana on your record, do you have to talk about it during the interview?
Yes.
Or does the disposition speak for itself?
The disposition speaks for itself, but they're certainly going to ask you about it, and you better be prepared to answer about it.
So if you do have to talk about it, do the facts of the case make you inadmissible even though your application was approved?
If it was any sort of sale or commerce in drugs, possibly.
Okay. We've got a bunch more just rolling in, but I know you've got calls you want to get to.
I just want to speak to Dwayne from Hartford, who's been waiting for a while. So let me speak to Dwayne, and then we're going to come back and finish up. So anybody who has any last-second questions, leave them on Facebook now, because I'm not going to take any more calls after Dwayne in Hartford. I'm going to come back and finish up with Kim. Dwayne.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man? I'm Christopher that you were texting on Facebook. That I was supposed to get a call from you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
But unfortunately.
Yeah. Well,
hello?
I don't know.
Yeah,
you know. Let me explain something to you. Okay. Did you see Kim? Kim's the one who kind of responds a lot on Facebook and stuff. So if we said we were going to call you, what happens is that we will call you. My staff will call you. Sometimes you miss a call. Sometimes you're not home. But I don't think you were expecting a call from me personally, were you?
Okay. No. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So what's the question?
All right. I've been married for 2 years now.
Right.
I was going to make 3 years. I'm a client of you at your firm. But I put in my application January, and I get a receipt, and I get a I-130 approval.
Great.
But then August, they call me for a FOIA.
Right.
But I send in the FOIA with the lawyer, but I haven't get nothing back yet. So it's 1 year now since I'm a client of you guys.
All right, so I don't know. I don't have your file in front of me. I can tell you that I'll be happy to let you know what's going on. We actually have an office in Hartford, Connecticut. So if you live in Hartford, Connecticut, probably the easiest thing for you to do is go to 1 Congress Street in Hartford, make an appointment to see Marina, and we'll go through everything. Very simple. Hold on. All right. Kim. Kim.
Brad.
Yes, you did not respond to Christopher Fist enough on Facebook. And he's our client. He should make an appointment to come see us, but we will be happy to speak with him.
And if this is the Christopher that I'm thinking about, Christopher, we have tried to call Christopher multiple times, and his phone doesn't accept incoming calls. We're on it. We are on it.
If it's the same Christopher. But either way, he should just come and we have an office in Hartford. Go see Marina, and we're going to fix it for him, whatever the problem is. Right?
Absolutely.
All right, so let's go through our last questions.
So Yakaz is asking, I'm a U.S. citizen filing for a foreign-born 5-year-old child. How long is that going to take?
A year.
Theodon says, my friend filed in November of 2017, did 2 fingerprints already. How long until the work permit arrives?
You should have got it about 6 months ago. You got a problem, come see me.
We've had a lot of people recently talk about having to do biometrics twice.
And because everybody's doing things wrong. That's why. And it's not because they're not smart or they don't know what they're doing. It's because they've never done it before, or if they have it was like one time. Okay? Nobody goes and fixes a car and expects to drive cross country and hope that the car is going to work all the way from New York to California. Okay, you go to a mechanic. No one does surgery on their own. You go to a doctor. Right?
This is too important to do on your own, folks. This is too important.
Correct. What else?
Cordella is asking for a friend. She got married to a green card holder and put in her paperwork in December, got a receipt at the end of 2016, and then nothing else.
Who put in for what?
So a friend got married to a green card holder in December of 2016. Got a receipt, but since December of 2016, they have not heard anything.
Because they're on a waiting list. They should come see me, but eventually what's going to happen is they're going to need to do a provisional waiver, go home and come back, unless the friend's in another country. You got about another 9 months of waiting.
Monica is wondering, how long does it take to file for your granddaughter if you have a 2-year green card?
You can't file for a granddaughter, sorry.
Quasi says, my I-130 has been approved and I have my employment card. I filed for my green card and I still have pending removal proceedings from my former spouse. Can I be picked up by ICE?
Yes. You need to reopen your deportation proceeding first. I assume that's what's happening because he got his work permit. So as long as the case is open, then he'll be fine. I assume the immigration in this day and age, it's going to be very rare that they're going to give you a work permit when you have an order of deportation. That means they screwed up, and they don't screw up as much as they used to. Okay, so my assumption is that he did reopen his proceedings, or he was never ordered deported. So ICE is not going to come get him.
He did say that he has a traffic violation. It's a speeding ticket and a driving without a license.
The driving without a license is problematic. Speeding, depending on how fast you were, is probably not as problematic.
Okay, perfect. And he said it was 8 years ago. Does that change anything?
No.
Donette wants to know, my mom is a green card holder since 1998, and it expires April 23rd of 2018. She's 84 years old. Is she going to need to apply for her U.S. citizenship or reapply for her green card, and how long does she have to do so?
She can do either one. If she wants to apply for her citizenship, it's fine. She has to take an oral test. That's about it. And it's 10 questions, like who's George Washington, but she doesn't have to write anything or read anything. Or alternatively, she can apply for a green card again, whatever she wants, whatever makes her happy.
Great.
But at
Lots of options.
At 84, you're not taking a fingerprint either way, so don't worry about it.
So Marsha wants to know, we have our green card and our social security card, but still have heard nothing about our work permit. What's going on?
You don't need a work permit because you got your green card.
Right. Your green card is your work permit.
Right? Correct.
Hey, learning things about immigration.
And let's go on. Last question, Kim.
Pauline
Make
says,
it a good one. Make it a good one.
Ooh.
Pauline says.
Okay. Pauline says, my daughter got married last February, but her Canadian documents were stolen 10 to 12 years ago. She's a Jamaican. Can you help her become a citizen to get her green card and her work permit?
Yes. Okay, there's always records of your entry, and whatever other documents can always be replaced. So give us a call, 1-800-529-5465. We have come to the end of another great show, Kim. It is a record-breaking, record-setting show. I don't know what the final number, it was like 420 or 430. So that means tomorrow, to top off the next person's phone, we gotta come up with a new number.
That's right.
Yes.
Jeff Bosey said 600.
I'm going to tell you something, Jeff. That's pushing us a little too far here. Okay.
That's how I feel.
Let's get
I feel like 500.
Let's get to 500. 500 is the next solid number to top off the next phone. All right. I want you, Kim, to decide who is the next phone we're going to top off.
Ooh, that's a lot of power.
All right.
To me in the comments,
all right. We'll see you all tomorrow. Great job, Kim. Great job, everybody back there. Of course, my name is Brad Bernstein from Spar and Bernstein. It's not just immigration, although that's really all we talked about today. Criminal defense, Paul Hirsch, David Moreno. Personal injury, Moshe. You saw Bernadette in the beginning. People love caged animal, Moshe. Matrimonial with Megan, Carmela, tax debt relief. And, of course, all of the fantastic attorneys, Jenny, Shannon, Rebecca, Jacqueline, Emily. I can go on and on and on. We got a lot of attorneys here. I'm actually losing my voice a little bit now, so I want to save it for tomorrow. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?